In today's session of Divorce Court, Julie waited 41 years to find her Mr. Right and get married.
I pronounce you husband and wife.
But after only a year and a half, she says her husband, Don, is too possessive.
He's a creep. He follows me in the house. He won't leave me alone. He follows me to the bathroom when I come home.
He follows you to the bathroom?
But Don says Julie hasn't been a good wife.
When I wake up in the morning, I don't know if she's gonna be there or not. I expect her to be home when I get home if she's not working.
Ball and chain. I was cleaning the microwave one time. He said to me, "Now you're starting to act like a real wife."
And she says she's through. But is Don ready to let go?
I am in love with this woman, but her friends come first.
Too bad.
Now Julie and Don Carver face the judge in today's session of Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. Maybelline Ephraim presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the matter of Julie Carver versus Don Carver. I'm advised that after 1.5 years of marriage, you're ready to end it. Why so soon, Mrs. Carver?
Your Honor, I realize I cannot live with this man any longer. He will not allow me to have my own life, and that's including being close to my family or my friends.
What do you mean by that?
Well, for instance, if I was to be working during the week and if I had the weekend off, I'd want to do something Saturday morning with my mother or something, and he would say, "Oh, you'd rather be with your mom than me?" And that wasn't the case. My mom would maybe invite me to go
That's
shopping.
not true.
Mr. Carver?
Yes.
Are you just in love with her and you don't want her out of your sight, or are you just trying to control
That's
her?
it.
What is
Hey,
it?
That's
I
it.
am in
Thank
love
you.
with this woman, but you know, like her friends come first and stuff like this. She acts like she's a single woman. She's always gone. I never know where she's at.
You never know where she is.
Hardly ever. Yes.
So when you say she's acting like a single woman, what do you mean by that?
I mean that she'll take off at the drop of a hat if one of her friends calls or something like that.
If my
she's
mother
gone.
calls, I will
And
take
how
off
do you
at the drop
think?
of a
What do
hat.
you think that should happen?
Well, I think that I should come first. It's simple as that.
So
you
if her
know.
friends call, she shouldn't go.
Well, I didn't say that. If it's an emergency situation, I can understand it. But I don't see myself, just sitting around, doing nothing while she's
Honor,
off
he
with her
has no
friends,
life
and
in
that has happened a lot.
Do you think you choose your friends over him?
Absolutely not. But if it comes to certain situations, like if my mom is something wrong or something, like I can give you an instance. I came home, I called my mother every night when I come home from work, when I'd work at night or daytime. And I called her house, the phone rang, and then it went off the hook. My mother lives about 12, 13 minutes away from me. I kept calling her house for a half an hour, and it kept being busy. My mom has call waiting. I kept saying to him, "Don, something's wrong. I want to go over there." Make a long story short.
And what was his response?
He says, "Oh, what do you want? Just go out and run." I said, "I'm going over there." He says, "What do you want? Just go out and run around?"
Hey, wait
I
a
swear to
second.
God,
This
he
is-
said that.
This is 12 o'clock at night, Your Honor.
It's
I can't
11.
believe it. It's 11 o'clock at
I
night.
don't care what time
12
it is.
o'clock.
It's 10:30. It was about 11 o'clock, Your Honor, because I called my mom at 10:30, and a half hour had passed, and that's when I knew I wanted to go over and check on my mom.
And what was your response to that, Mr. Carver?
My response was I
The
couldn't move
truth.
fast enough for her.
You allowed her to go and check on her mother?
Yes.
And you
ma'am.
didn't have any complaint about that?
I had plenty of complaints, but she wouldn't allow me.
Well,
She wouldn't
tell
allow
me-
me the opportunity to get dressed and to get
I've
up
been
and get out
getting
the
dressed.
door.
He should have been at that door and ready before
Stop.
me.
You just said when she was telling me that, you yelled out, but it was 12 o'clock at night.
Thank you.
So what's the significance? Let's assume it was 12
The
o'clock
fact
at night.
that I'm already in bed and ready to go to sleep.
Too bad.
But
My mom-
she said, I called my mother. I've been calling for a half hour. The line is busy. I don't know what's wrong. She may need me. She may be injured. I want to go. And it's 12 o'clock.
Right.
That's
Your
what he
reaction,
said.
tell me.
My reaction was, if she's gonna go, she's gonna go. It's like I
Does
said,
she
I
go
couldn't
with
get.
your blessing,
I couldn't
or-
get dressed. I couldn't get dressed fast
You were
enough.
still in bed, Dawn. You said, why when I got to the door, Your Honor, please let me interject.
Okay,
Right
wait a
when I
minute. He's
got-
saying he couldn't get dressed fast enough. You're saying
was
she
getting-
left.
Exactly. She's up and out the door before I can
I
even
had to get
get out of
changed.
bed.
I had to get changed, and when I got to the door, he says, "Wait for me. I'll go with you." I had to change back into my street clothes to get up and go see her.
And she did not
and
wait.
Then,
She
Your
just
Honor,
Wait a minute. But he
I-
said, wait for me. I'll go with you.
After I had already dressed and waited
Okay.
another 10 minutes, he says, "Wait for me." I said, "Don, you've had time." He's still lying in bed contemplating, accusing me of running around. I swear he said that, and you know you did, Donald. And he said that. And Your Honor, all kiddingness aside, Your Honor, I did not want to wait anymore to see if my mom was okay. I was concerned. She's 79 years old. And then once I got to her house,
But if
called-
something was wrong, wouldn't you want your husband there to comfort you?
I'd like that, but I was just waiting. I was trying to get ready, and he had enough time. Your Honor, I felt he had enough time to get ready.
Well, maybe it was a little unreasonableness on your part. You thinking that he should have gotten ready faster, as well as his unreasonableness and maybe a little delay. But is that cause for a divorce?
It just is. It's just the way he feels, the way he accused me running around. And once I got to my mother's house, I called him up to tell him everything was okay. He wouldn't even give me the time of day. He was very nasty to me.
From what I hear, it may be a problem. Do you think the fact that you have only been married for a year and a half, and according to the court papers, you are, do you mind me saying your age?
I have no problem
Okay,
with
you
it.
are 42 years old.
That's correct.
So you waited basically till you're about 40, 41 to get married.
That's correct.
Never
41.
been married before.
That's right.
So, and you've lived your own life.
Basically.
Doing what you want to do when you want to do it.
Basically, yeah.
Do you think that that may have something to do with the fact that you're having difficulty adjusting to talking to someone else and telling them where you're going? And
that may have something to do with it. I don't know. All I know is when I was cleaning the microwave one time, he said to me, "Now you're starting to act like a real wife." I said, "What does that have to do with it?" I swear
I
to you.
cleaned it too.
so now we have some idea of what a real wife should be and what a real wife isn't.
When divorce court returns,
She asked me to marry her.
Oh, interesting. Is that right?
I don't remember.
will Julie and Don reconsider?
Are you serious about this divorce?
I still love the woman, I'll be honest with you.
Are you getting divorced? Do you need Judge Maybelline Ephraim's help settling a dispute? If you want to be a guest on Divorce Court, call 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. Divorce Court is back in the case of Julie Carver versus Don Carver. Don feels Julie hasn't followed through on her wedding vows and now wants a divorce.
He was married for 27 years
I was
before
married
me.
for 27 years prior.
So you were married
He's
for
a
27
pro.
years. You
He's
have
a
some
pro.
ideas then, having been married for 27 years, what you think a real wife should be.
Well,
But obviously you didn't explain those ideas to her.
I tried to.
Thank you.
Did you
Well,
explain them
cleaning
to her
microwaves?
before or after the marriage?
Oh, before, of course.
So what did you say? Tell her you thought a real wife should be.
Well, I expect her to be home when I get home if she's not working.
Did you tell her that?
Ball and chain.
You expect her to be home when you're home.
When I get
What
home
else?
from work, I expect the wife to be there, yes.
What else do
to
you
greet me.
expect from a wife?
Well, she cooks great.
So you
I
expect her
expect
to
a good
cook?
meal once in a while. And she does fulfill that.
I
She
rest
does
my
that
case.
part. And what
And-
else do you expect?
Well, I expect her to be alive and with me when
All
I'm
the
home.
time?
No,
Sometimes?
not all the time, but when I get home.
You
I don't
expect her
expect
when
somebody
As
in a
opposed
coma
to
on the
dead and not
couch.
with you?
So when you get home, you expect her to stop talking on the telephone to anyone else.
No,
To
I
not
don't
leave the
expect her
house.
I don't expect her to stop. I expect her to curtail it somewhat, but she
To get
won't
off
do
the
that.
phone within
Exactly.
5 minutes after you get there?
Well, she'll make 4 or 5 phone calls, so it's hard to say.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking you. What do you expect? You expect that she would get off the phone?
Exactly. Not immediately, but within a reasonable, yeah. I expect more than 2 sentences a night.
So what happened during the courtship that didn't you see this during the courtship?
No. She was much different.
So she was
when I
giving
got
you a
home
lot
from
of
work-
attention then?
When I got home, oh, are you kidding me? When
No,
I got home
I
from
don't
work,
know.
I was
Tell
the
me.
light of her life. When I got home from work, I was the light of her life. I
When you
got a hug and a
recorded.
kiss at the door, and I'm happy to see you. I haven't seen you all day. I missed you, and blah, blah, blah.
So how long was the courtship?
Courtship was about 9, 10 months.
Almost as long as the marriage.
Just about.
So did he tell you when he married you that he expected you to be at home? When he got home from work and that's what he
No, it
was?
just worked out that way because I wasn't working at the time.
So what was your expectation of marriage when you married
I don't really
him?
know, Your Honor. I knew I loved the man, and I wanted to spend time with him, and it spent, you know.
But what was your expectation, that you should spend every day with him?
No, my expectations of marriage were not anything like spending every night with him and fixing dinner every night. I love to cook. I'll cook for anybody. I mean, my family.
Except
or
him every night.
No, I don't. Okay, I'll open myself up. But,
Your Honor,
you know,
when I wake up in the morning, I don't know if she's going to be there or not.
Is that
oh,
right?
that is so untrue.
That is so true.
Because
half
Why
the
are you
time,
laughing?
half the time I would wake up, she wasn't there. I'd go
Where
out,
was I?
She'd sleep on the couch.
I fell asleep on the couch and I get scrutinized for it. He's a creep. He follows me in the house. He won't leave me alone. He follows me to the bathroom when I come home just to
He
try to keep
follows you
talking.
to the bathroom?
Yes, he does.
No.
I have to.
I might
follow
talk
her
to
throughout
her.
the house.
I might talk to her, but I don't follow her into it.
Well, Mrs. Carver,
we'd
I
have
think
to have a
some
pretty
women
big
might be
bathroom.
flattered by that. It just says that he loves you a lot. He wants to be
Oh,
with you
come
every
on.
moment. That's
sorry.
not what you get from that?
No, Your Honor, I'm sorry. I don't. I just expect some sort of privacy. I mean, I have been alone a lot of my life.
So is it your expectation of marriage that she shouldn't have any time to herself?
No.
Not even in the
at all.
bathroom?
She has more time to herself
Your
than you would
Honor.
imagine.
Your Honor, I feel so trapped in this relationship. I think about the night that I thought my mom, something could have been wrong. And I really lose it because of my husband. My husband should have been out that door faster than me. You know?
So you haven't been able to still work with her and spend time with developing a relationship with your husband?
She doesn't want to come between. It's the last thing she wants to do. You know, she doesn't like to get in the middle of anything. She's not a meddling mother.
So it seems to me that either of you go into any kind of marriage counseling before you
I
marry?
asked to go. I said I'd pay for it or whatever. He says, no, I won't go.
Did he tell you all of these expectations before you married him?
No.
Well, knowing that he had been married for 27 years, did you
Well, no, but
expect
he
that?
has made it to the point like, well, I've been married before, so I know how it's done. Hello?
He told you that at the beginning? I've been
Basically.
married before, so I know how it's done.
Well, when he said I'm cleaning the microwave, I'm starting to act like a real wife.
But when he said to you, I've been married before, so I know how it's done, did you ask him how? So you.
I said to him, I said, yeah, right.
So what else do you need from the court?
He mentioned that he gave me an engagement ring and a wedding band. And he said to me, since we didn't stay married that long together, why don't we sell it and give us each a start off? And I said, there's no way that I'm
You
getting
want
rid of it.
back the engagement ring that you gave her?
Well, why not? It's 3 carats.
There's no way in this
You want
world
her
he
to
is
give you
getting
back
this
the
back.
engagement ring
No.
that you gave her?
Yes.
Why did you give it to her?
Well, I gave it to her because
it was a
she made a
contract.
certain commitment, you know, like
And
with
I
marriage
said,
vows.
I
made.
it, Your Honor.
She
I
made a
married him.
commitment with the marriage vows. She's not
And I
living up to
married
them.
you,
Why
Don.
isn't she living up to her commitment?
Well, I think I should get the ring back because
No way.
she hasn't lived up to the vows.
What vows? What didn't she do?
Well, what doesn't she do? Well, I don't know if she loves me or not, or cares about me, and I don't think that she's lived up to the vows.
What vow said that you have to prove that you love him in order to keep the ring?
Loves me not. Loves me not.
Is that
You're
a
not
new
getting
wedding
it
vow
back.
they've
That's all
written?
there is to it. Forget it.
Is that a new vow they've
Pardon?
written?
No, not at all. But I just think.
So does that mean every time somebody divorces and they don't, quote, live up to the vow, you get back the engagement ring?
That's his new rule.
Is that the ring you're wearing, Mrs.
Yes, ma'am.
Carver?
Yes.
May I see it?
Of course. Would you like me to come approach?
Can you
or-
take it off? No, don't take it off. Come over here.
He's not getting it back. Oh, I mean, I don't want to give it back, Your Honor.
Joe, maybe somebody better tell her the rules that in this court you don't say what someone is not going to get too
You're right.
fast.
I'll take that back.
You left it up to me to decide, remember?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So he doesn't want the wedding band back. You may go
I
back
don't know.
to yours.
Okay,
You
thank
want
you.
the whole ring back or just the engagement part, the 3-carat diamond?
Well, I'll take whatever you give me. I'll take the whole thing.
That's not really a choice whether you're going to take whatever I give you, because I know you're going to take whatever I give you, because that's all you're going to get. So you really haven't said anything. Now, my question was, which do you prefer?
Oh, I
All of it?
prefer the
The
engagement
3-carat
ring.
diamond ring?
The 3-carat
Or none
diamond.
of it?
The 3-carat diamond.
Just the 3-carat diamond?
Yes.
Well, now, why the 3-carat diamond? Because she didn't live up to her commitment,
I was
but not the
engaged.
entire ring. That
Well,
puzzles me.
I'll take the entire ring.
No, but explain it.
Explain it.
Yeah, explain it. Why the 3-carat ring? I want that back because she didn't live up to her marriage vows, but she can keep the other 2 portions of the wedding ring, even though she didn't live up to her marriage vows. I don't understand that.
Well, I'll take the whole thing. I want the
Now
whole
you
thing.
see how illogical you're sounding, huh?
Yes.
So you really don't want it back because she didn't live up to her vows. You probably want it back because the 3-carat cost the most, huh?
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
So you want it back for the money.
Yeah.
Ms. Carver?
Yes, Your Honor.
You think he deserves his ring back since you, quote, didn't live up to the marriage vows and it's
No.
only been a year and a half?
No, Your Honor.
Why not?
Because I feel it's a contract. I followed through the engagement ring and the wedding ring. I was engaged to him. I married him. You know, it wasn't death do us part in the ceremony, but I
It
mean,
wasn't?
No.
Oh, you guys had a new ceremony.
I asked for death do us part, but I'm so glad it didn't work out that way. But no, I'm just saying.
You mean the ceremony didn't say till death do us part,
No.
or the marriage didn't last till
Marriage,
death do you
and
part?
the marriage didn't
both.
last. It both.
Oh, you took that part out of the ceremony.
No, the Reverend did. He
Oh, so
wouldn't- he
maybe
didn't-
that's why you think this divorce can take place in a year and a half.
No.
You
It's
never
just,
intended
Your
for it to
Honor,
last.
I can't live with this man any longer. That's why this divorce must take place.
So you believe that you lived up to your vows because you were engaged to him, and that's what he gave you, an engagement ring.
Correct.
And you stayed engaged to him until you married him.
And I married him.
So she says she lived up to the engagement ring portion.
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
What'd you say to that, Mr. Carver?
She asked me to marry her.
Oh, interesting. Is that right?
I don't remember.
When divorce court returns, the judge gets tough with Don.
A 42-year-old man acting like a 2-year-old kid. You don't play the game my way, so give me back my marbles.
And an update on the case of Carolyn Baldwin versus DeMarcus Baldwin.
She should be proud about that.
Proud to bring a child into the world that the father's not going to be anywhere around doing anything for him?
Now she should be proud that it was me and not nobody else.
Please.
Divorce court will be back in session in a moment. Divorce court is back and the verdict is in the case of Julie Carver versus Don Carver.
Are you serious about this divorce?
Yes.
You're serious?
Yes.
Just as serious as you were about the marriage?
Yes. I still love the woman, I'd be honest with you, but, you know, I just don't see it working out.
I don't either, frankly. All right, I'm ready to rule. I did not go into chambers and take a minute to decide this because, frankly, you two people standing before me today have not really made me feel that you were concerned about this marriage in the first place. And this has been funny to you the entire time, Mr. Carver. So I didn't think I needed to waste any more of my time going into chambers, giving this matter careful thought, because you've been laughing most of the day, all while we've been talking. And I think you made really a mockery of the marital situation. It's not funny to me, and I said it 2 or 3 times, just kind of slightly, but it makes me angry to know that a year and a half, you have a prescription, what you think for marriage, and because she didn't follow your prescription, it's over. And Ms. Carver, the only thing you can say to me is he didn't get up fast enough for me to go to my mother. And you want to end the relationship because of that. I think you shouldn't have ever entered into the marital situation. That's not what marriage is about. I'm appalled at the fact that this is the way you could talk about it. And you come in here asking me for a ring back. In less than a year's time when you said that I love this woman and now I want it back. A 42-year-old man acting like a 2-year-old kid. You don't play the game my way, so give me back my marbles. That's how ridiculous it was to me. You know you're not entitled to that ring back. Matter's adjourned. She keeps the ring.
All rise.
When divorce court returns, an update on the case of Carolyn Baldwin versus DeMarcus Baldwin.
Children are a gift.
She should be proud about that.
Proud to bring a child into the world that the father's not going to be anywhere around doing anything for him?
Closed captioning for divorce court provided by. If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. And now for an update on a previous case in divorce court. When DeMarcus found out that his wife Carolyn was pregnant with his child, he walked out on her.
Did you want any more children?
No.
If he didn't want it, he knew what he should have done.
Or you could have used a condom.
Why should I have to wear a condom when we married?
Children are a gift.
She should be proud about that.
Proud to bring a child into the world that the father's not going to be anywhere around doing anything for him?
Now she should be proud that it was me and not nobody else.
Please.
Carolyn was struggling to build a life for herself and her child as a single mother, and she came to court to get back the furniture she and DeMarcus had shared.
Why should I leave it there and then she go on with her life and then it's mine and her new whatever comes in and he got to sit on it? And they shouldn't work like that. I should be able to take it with me.
The judge decided that Carolyn would benefit most from the furniture and awarded it to her.
I am not going to take the bed from her, and I can't believe that you're asking me to do that. The least she can have is a bed and give her the dignity of having a nice place to sleep.
A week after appearing in court, Carolyn gave birth to a premature but healthy baby. Carolyn says DeMarcus hasn't seen her or his child at all, and she thinks they're both better off that way.
I think I should have gotten the ring back.
I feel okay, a little upset. The way she took it, and she gave us a little bit of a blasting, and okay though.
She made it sound like, you know, like two kids, you know, in a game. And marriage is a little more than a game, isn't it?